So 2-0 win today against Heanor Town. What did you make of your lads' performance?
Workmanlike. It's a tough game. There's a few tired legs out there from Saturday, but I think I asked them to do a job, come here and be workmanlike, be professional. Another win and a clean sheet. I can't really ask any more of them. It was very much dictated to by some of the ref decisions, unfortunately, so we had to make some changes early. Just felt the game was going to get away from us in terms of maybe a sending off or something, so we kind of took that out of the equation. We spoke at half time, nothing other than that. The lads took it on the chin well, the lads come on and did very well, so all in all I'm very pleased. Tough place to come.
And the goals in the first half put it to bed. Alex Marshall and Romain Graham among the goals again. How did you think they performed today?
Yeah, I think again you could see that lads were tired after Saturday. The Premier League players moan about playing in 48 hours. These lads have got jobs and families and work and stuff going on as well, albeit probably having a couple of beers on the bank holiday weekend as well. So they did exactly what I asked them to do. Credit to them, that they're a good side. There's not many teams that will come here and want to play against them. They've got pace up front to play a certain way. So it was a tough game, and the lads dealt with it very, very well.
Yeah, like you say, tired legs. It was a very cagey battle in the second half. You called for reinforcements on the bench. Marley Fearon come on in midfield again. Is that a role that you could see him playing throughout the season, or?
I think when the game gets scrappy and it's a little bit end to end and there's a battle to be won, I think Marley's more than capable of doing that. He's good on the ball. He's good at centre half, he's good at centre midfield, so I think that's something that is great for me to utilise with his height. He's a battler, he's a warrior, even at such a young age, so he came on and did well today. I was stood on the sideline when Cam went off and I still didn't know what sub I was going to make, which I've just said in the dressing room, so I feel for Bart because I was going to put him on, but I had to make the decision. I just felt the game was going that way. We had to win our aerial duels, our second balls, and just keep it at bay and manage the game. On a different day, probably Bart comes on. But yeah, Marley did very well when he came on today.
And players like him, very versatile players. I mean, Jamie Walker obviously went in at wing back as well, and we had a few other changes. Are they the kind of players that you need to call on in them kind of games?
Yeah, most definitely. You seen me do it last year where Jamie went to left back away in London in the FA Vars. Sam was on a yellow card. He made a couple of challenges and kicked the ball away, and the ref, to be fair, was probably looking to send somebody off in the second half. I was amazed how many bookings we got to their none, which seems to be a regular occurrence, but I suppose that's something we have to deal with. We're quite dynamic in terms of how we're out of possession. We're trying to win the ball back, we're trying to press, and sometimes people make honest mistakes, and I think the ref needed to just say, look, calm down, everyone needs to calm down, manage the game. So for me, I think, it was a tough day at the office. The workmanlike performance was I was over the moon with.
And you included Mitchell Levers on the bench today, goalkeeper from the CFC. Have you been impressed with his performance? Has you been monitoring him?
Yeah, most definitely. He's doing well. He's a young goalkeeper that potentially could be very good. Obviously got Marcus, unfortunately was working today. So Mitch came in at late notice. I knew Marcus was working, but it's good for him to get in and around the first team and see what it's about on a Saturday. And sometimes in a cauldron when you come away from home, it's very difficult, and it's good experience for him. He's playing now at step 7 in the CFC side, which is only going to benefit him. And we were talking about it on the way here that he's benefiting from that now already at such a young age. So yeah, it was good for him to come down. He's a good goalkeeper, he's technically good, and I'm blessed with having 3 decent goalkeepers at the football club.
And next up is Coleshill on Saturday. What are your thoughts going into that match? Obviously it's the FA Cup again.
Let the players rest first and foremost. So they'll probably have tomorrow night off, if I'm honest, because they've worked hard over the past 48 hours. The thoughts are, as usual, we'll go in to try and win it. Hopefully we've got Mitchell Robinson back as well from suspension. Danny Gordon hopefully is going to be fit after a calf niggle, which he didn't play today. So hopefully I'll have a full quota to choose from. The boys will be ready to go. We'll train Thursday. Obviously the young ones have got the FA Youth Cup fixture, so they'll all stay and watch a bit of that game as well. But they'll be prepared and ready to go. Like I said, it's a cup game, so we'll go and try and win it. I know they're a good side, they'll be strong. So it should make for a very, very good game.
Do you know much about Coleshill?
Not a great deal. I've had some reports on them. I'd like to. You always want as a manager non-league, but you don't have the time with family and kids and work to go out and watch a game. So we'll prepare as we do. We'll go out and try and play our way. They'll give 110%, and I'm sure they'll go out to try and win it.
And obviously one last point I should add, Ben Hutchinson made his debut today. What did you make of how he played? Obviously we know that he's probably a striker. He dropped into a kind of creative centre attacking midfielder role today.
Yeah, to be fair, Ben's versatile enough to drop into them roles. He's been around a long time, played at a very, very elite level. He will give us experience when needed, just to calm situations down. His quality on the ball is very, very good. So I think as he gets fitter, because obviously he's been banned for 3 games, so he's not really trained or played for a while in his transition from Eastwood. So the more he trains with us, the more he plays games, he'll get fitter and stronger, which is only a benefit for us as a team. So yeah, it's good to see him out there doing well. And like I said, he can be a real valuable player for us moving forward.
So 2-0 win today away to Heanor Town. How pleased were your lads' performance today?
Yeah, I'm very pleased, to be fair, because start of the game started quite slow, I think, and then we got out of the blocks. As the game went on, I feel like we got control of the game quite well. And in the second half, I think we bossed it, to be fair. They didn't really have a player glove on us, to be fair, so yeah, bossed it.
And there was a few spells in the first half and many spells in the second half where it was quite cagey in midfield. What was that like for you in the engine room?
Yeah, obviously it's difficult every week because the way we play, we try and hit Alex off the target man in a nutshell. But obviously we've got to land on those second balls and midfielders, and that's our job. And obviously I think we started quite slow in midfield, get on the seconds, but as I said before, I think in the second half we progressed nicely and then got on the second balls and dominated it in there. So yeah, very pleased.
And a good goal threat usually is our long throw-ins from Kieran Walker. Today it seemed that it was quite stop and start from the deliveries into the box. The referee didn't really let it play. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I feel sorry for Kieran every week because he's got a trio left to right taking throw-ins, and it's not difficult here because the barrier is blocking the running. Whereas at home there's a bit more wider touchline. So yeah, it's a bit cagey affair, but I feel we dealt with it very well. We scored from one, which is always good to see.
And I saw you getting out wide quite a few times, making runs into the box. You almost got an assist when the ball came across. Was you surprised that didn't find the back of the net because there was players lining up to score there?
Yeah, I tried to cut it back to Ucho. I thought it was late in the game, so it wasn't quite there. But I just laid it across to see if it was there. But unluckily, no one was there. But I'm disappointed not to score from that. But yeah.
And it's Heanor Town in the FA Cup on Saturday. I mean, the FA Cup's a huge thing. You must be looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for the FA Cup, to be fair, because that's what all players want to play in the FA Cup and go as far as possible in it to try and get a name and build the club and obviously get funds for the club, because the further you get, the more money comes into the club, and that's what we're trying to do, help the club out, and obviously we want to get as far as possible as players, so very looking forward to it.